Hello, friends. Today we have a very profound question to answer. That is, how to achieve your goals even when your plan has failed. Most successful people aren't the one who never fail, but the one who know how to adapt. So, in this video, we'll dive into the powerful mindset of change the plan, not the goal. Let's go. Ever felt like you had the perfect plan? Every step mapped out, every milestone timed just right. You were on a clear, straight path to success, and then life happened. An unexpected obstacle, a sudden change, and suddenly that perfect straight path is gone. You're standing at a crossroads holding a crumpled map that no longer makes any sense. The feeling is devastating. It can make you want to give up on the entire journey. Hey everyone, and welcome. If you have ever felt that frustration, that sense of defeat when your plan fails apart, you are not alone. It's a universal experience. We have been taught to create a plan and stick to it. But what happens when the world doesn't cooperate? What happens when your beautiful plan turns into a pile of rubble? Today, we are going to talk about a powerful shift in the mindset. It is a difference between those who let setback define them and those who use them as a launch pad. The secret is simple: change the plan, not the goal. So, over the next few minutes, we are going to unpack this idea not just as a concept but as a practical guide you can use in your own life. And we will cover the following topics. First, why our attachment to the perfect plan is actually a trap. 2. The three-step process for pivoting when things go wrong. 3. Real life examples of people who changed their plan to achieve their goals. And finally, we will talk about how to build the emotional resilience needed to embrace the unknown. So let's get started. Think about it. We obsess over the plan. We spend hours researching, organizing, and creating detailed to-do list. We think of the plan as a goal itself, and when a single part of that plan fails, it feels like the whole mission has failed. But a plan is just a theory. It is a hypothesis. It is our best guess at what the future holds. And we all know the future rarely unfolds exactly as we predict. The mistake isn't having a plan. The mistake is treating it like a sacred, unbreakable rule. Your goal, on the other hand, is the destination. It is the mountaintop. It is the ultimate objective. And a mountaintop can be reached by more than one trail. I want you to think about the difference between the brick wall and a river. The brick wall has a rigid, unyielding structure. If something hits it, it stands firm. But what happens when the pressure is too great? It cracks and crumbles. The river, however, is the master of adaptability. It has one goal: to get to the sea. It doesn't get discouraged by a boulder. It doesn't get frustrated by a fallen tree. It simply finds a way around. It carves a new path. It constantly flowing, constantly adapting, and it always reaches its destination. Be the river. Be like a river, think like a river. So, how do we become a river? It starts with a three-step process, and I like to call it analyze, adapt, and act. So, step 1: analyze. When your plan fails, the first instinct is to panic. Please don't do that. Take a deep breath, step back, ask yourself some tough questions. Things like, what exactly went wrong? Was it a lack of resources, an unexpected competitor, or a personal burnout? Next, what is the plan itself? Is the plan flawed? Was it unrealistic or based on bad assumptions? What part of the goal is still achievable? Can you still get 80% of the way there or 50%? And most importantly, What do I learn from this? Every failure holds a lesson. It's a data point, not a verdict. This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about gathering information. Just like a scientist, you're not a failure, you're just collecting new data. Step 2, adapt. This is a creative part. Based on your analysis, it is time to build a new plan. This isn't about fixing the old one, it's about creating a better one. Brainstorm alternatives. What are the three different ways you could approach the goal now? Borrow from others. Who has faced a similar setback and succeeded? What did they do? Get feedback. Talk to a mentor, a friend, or someone who isn't emotionally invested in your old plan. Their perspective can be a game changer. Remember, this new plan doesn't have to be a perfect one. It just have to be a new direction or new way forward. Step 3. Act. The most important step. You have now analyzed, you have adapted, now you have to take the first step, no matter how small. Action is what turns a new plan from idea into reality. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for everything to be in place. Just get started. This is where the true grit is forged. In the act of putting one foot in the front of the other after a fall is absolutely crucial. Let's talk about some real world examples. Think about successful entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs. When he was pushed out of Apple, his original plan was completely shattered. He didn't abandon his goal of changing the world through technology. He adapted. He started a new company called Next and bought another one, which is Pixar. Those failed plans ultimately led him back to Apple, armed with new perspective and new tools that would revolutionize the company. He changed the path, not the destination. Or consider a much more personal example. Maybe you had a plan to lose 50 pounds or 25 kgs in 6 months, but an injury derailed your workout routine. Your initial plan is completely bust now. Your new plan isn't about giving up, it's about adapting. Maybe it's not a 6 months goal anymore. Maybe it's a year. Maybe your new plan involves physical therapy and focusing on diet instead of intense exercise. The goal is the same, a healthier you, but the route to get there has changed. Now let's talk about the emotional side of this. Because it is easy to say just change the plan, it is hard to do it actually. When your plan fails, it can feel like a personal rejection. It hits your confidence. You start to doubt yourself. This is where you need to build that I call emotional resilience. It is the ability to bounce back, to see a setback not as a dead end, but as a curve in the road. And here are the few ways you can cultivate it. First, practice self compassion. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a friend. You wouldn't tell a friend that they are the failure. You would encourage them to try again. Give yourself that same kindness. Reframe your language. Stop saying, I failed. Start saying, my plan was ineffective and I am learning from it. The language we use shapes our reality. Next, celebrate small wins. Acknowledging progress, no matter how small, is crucial. Do you manage to get back to the drawing board? That's a win. Did you have an honest conversation about your struggles? That's also a win. Every tiny step builds the momentum. The most inspiring story of success are not about people who never stumbled. They are about people who stumbled, fell, and then stood back up, brushed themselves off, and found a different way forward. Your plan is not a monument, it's just a tool. It's flexible, it is replaceable, and it's there to serve you, not the other way around. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. Think about a goal you have been procrastinating on, maybe because the original plan fell apart. Dust it off, revisit it, and instead of focusing on the failure of the old plan, Get excited about the possibility of the new one. Get curious about different routes you can take because your dream is still valid. Your goal is still there. All you have to do is find a new way to get there. Change the plan, not the goal. Friends, thank you for joining me live. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more content on the mindset and personal growth. I would love to hear your story in the comments below. Have you ever had to change your plan? What did you do? Let's build a community of adaptable, resilient goal setters. Until next time, keep going and keep flowing.